Yeah.
Yo.
Welcome to the Mark Our Words podcast, the official podcast of YouTube. What's good with you, Chen?
Man, life is gorgeous. Life is beautiful. Life is amazing, man.
What's gorgeous about life? What's gorgeous about, what's beautiful about life? What is amazing about life?
I just talked to my mom. It was brief, but it was nice. Between episodes.
What is the first time you seen her? Since being back?
Since being back.
Okay.
But it was nice. It was, we kiki for a little bit. Saw Boaz. Still a wild dog. But
yeah, she brought the dog with her?
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, my mom was nice. It was a nice little pleasant interaction. And, I think the older we get, the more I start appreciating those small interactions versus like that's probably something that was just normal growing up. But it's like you're a kid, you don't but yeah, it was just nice to see her. So.
Hopefully mom is doing good. Hopefully Boaz.
Oh, she asked about you. She said she's been thinking about you.
Oh, call me.
Whole time. I ain't gonna do that to my mama, but people need to start calling people.
Yeah,
just check up on people. I don't know why people gotta wait till people call them.
Why they call me? I'm usually the one always calling somebody. Call me.
I'm trying now. I'm trying to help you out. Usually it's like a return call from like a week ago, but still.
Yeah, and even then, it's not even disrespectful. Just my mom haven't been on. Only time I think of your mom is when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Is when I'm like, oh, so how's? I feel like now that like we're at that age to where I gotta ask how's anything that's important to you. I feel like I gotta ask like how it's doing. So anytime I call you, I always ask how is your lady doing? How is your mama doing? How is your grandmama doing? I never asked about your sisters. It's kind of rude, but
you talk to them.
That's true. Well, I talked to one of them. The other one didn't. The other one didn't return my phone call.
Oh, wow.
The small one. She didn't return my phone call, but
she's a little different now that she got the little Tessie.
God, I'm like ugly. It's okay. Listen, I'm sure in the summertime, or maybe they won't come in the summer. Do you think they go come visit home this year? You think? I already know the middle one's not.
No, but what we should do, we should probably go to LA.
That's true. I've never been.
Yeah,
I've never been.
Yeah.
No,
make a. Let me not say this because your wife be watching. So
what,
I don't want to put no ideas in her head.
Are you talking about a guy trip?
I was gonna say couples, but
oh no, I don't like couples trips.
Yeah.
No, please.
If I say that, she gonna be like, "Oh no, Chen wants to."
And then she got your girl number, so like that's when they gonna start playing this stuff in the background.
We doing a couples trip in LA. My girl like, huh?
I'm like, I'd rather you say guy trip than say couples trip. I'm like, oh no. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't want to be in people's business. Like, I think I watch too much TV.
That's good.
And I'm like, bruh, I don't ever want to be in a situation, even though most of the time it never works or like it never happens. I never want to be in a situation where I'm at a table across from friends, even friends, and then like y'all just start like throwing shots at each other.
Jeez.
I'm like,
remember that one couple we was at? He was at the boyfriend's house, and then they got a little too turned, and they just started going in on each other. That was the most awkward thing ever. And then somebody else tried talking them down. It was like, man, we just joking. That's how we joke.
It sounded harsh, didn't it?
That was different. That was scary.
Man. It's funny because now that I'm older, I'm completely different than how that was back in the college days. And I require something from relationships now, be it old and new, especially new. I think I am requiring transparency, Chen. And I don't really know what that means, but I feel like I'm open enough to where if you're not open enough with me, in like response to my openness, I really don't see no use of you really in my life at this point to where I'm trying to go. Do you kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, one thing I told you this before.
Okay.
You don't think of it as such, but like one thing that I always appreciate about you is like how vulnerable you could be.
Okay.
Or let's say not vulnerable, but how transparent you could be.
Okay.
Like you could be like, yeah, I was in a dark place, or yeah, I'm not in good space currently. Usually people say at that time, and you didn't know it, but usually you'd be like, yeah, like how you doing?
That sounds like I need
I'm
therapy.
living. I'm living. You know, I'm angry with God. You know? Oh my God. Okay. All right. So no, I appreciate you. I appreciate that about you. Mm-hmm. I think that's something that I even carry. Not to the same degree, but it's something that I'm currently working on. And I think, me. I'm not to be Drake or anything, but like, new friends is always scary because you don't know how people grew up. Like, you just don't know. Like,
you got a whole new world you raised in.
Like you was a certain type of way your whole life, and then maybe 2 years ago you decided to be this completely different person in this completely different world. And I'm part of that new world, and I'm thinking you this new person your whole life, but you're really not like that. So I think that's some things that I worry about.
Yeah, and
you could get away with that if you're not as transparent as you need to be. So I agree with you on that front. Like, for new relationships, especially, transparency.
Yeah, I think there comes a point to where it's like, okay, I think with me it started when I was like, okay, let me stop lying, right? And not even lying like in the sense of just telling like little white lies or even like big lies, but like, you know how like if it's not the truth, it's a lie. Yeah. That little gray area lies. I said, let me start removing gray area lies out of my life and things like that. Yeah. And truth be told, the first person you lied to before you lie to somebody else is yourself. So I was like, so when you use that example, even though it was real, it's funny to think about it now. Like, yeah, I'm angry with God. I ain't really feeling him right now. You get what I'm saying? I know what that means for me. That don't mean I'm out here cursing God. It's like a relationship. You know what I mean? But no, I realized that people who are transparent with me, I kind of know where they stand. You get what I'm saying? Because they share their life, they share what they think. I don't want to be surprised about a lot of things. And I'm like, in these new areas in my life, I think I just don't want like any surface level, maybe some because it has to be like, coworkers or things like that.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't value surface level relationships the older I'm getting. I don't have new best friends. Y'all are the best friends that I have right now and things of that nature. And I don't mind, like I think some people say if you have one good best friend, that's all you need. I have more than 5. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, maybe 5. You get what I'm saying? Including my wife. But it's like, okay, I got my 5 intact. I got my team intact.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I need to know you a little bit more deeper than just simply surface level. We never really talk about our lives. I don't really, and I'm not even talking about I'm not even talking about like the, tell me your fears and I tell you my fears. But I don't want to be going down the line and just like years go down the line. I'm like, dang, I don't really know this person. But this person been around me for 5 years, and I don't really know them, because I think what happens is, unfortunately, when you start doing that little spring cleaning in your house, and you start doing that spring cleaning in your relationships and things like that, you start looking at people like you're just here and you're not really adding nothing. You're not causing any harm or nothing like that, but you're just a person. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't think, for me personally, I don't need any more of those people. I have enough of those people that I don't really know, but like just been in my life and things like that. But I think I'm getting to a point to where I'm more drawn to people who are a little bit more transparent than others who are not.
Interesting. It's funny that you say that. The more that I think about, that's where I'm at, right? Whereas like, I don't really have a lot of friendships or even people that I talk to that I'm not close with.
Okay.
Like, I'm pretty close, but then that circle of people is pretty small. Whereas I'm thinking maybe I've been doing it wrong, to the point where maybe I need to expand my net, where I might not call them friends, but being closer or being more in touch with people that I don't have that deep relationship with. Because like, for example, like one thing that I struggle with is like, I don't have any friends that I could just talk coding with.
Okay, that's facts.
Like I don't like, and that's a part of my life where it's like if I'm geeking out over something that I just learned, or I'm geeking out over some like news in the programming world, I can't just call someone like, yo, you seen what just happened, blah, blah. But I don't need that friend to really be like open with me. And I'm curious because you have friends that you talk strictly sports with.
Strictly.
But I'm like, if you didn't have those people in your life, who would you really talk sports with?
No one. I guess I would have to go to the sports and talk to the people around me.
So I'm wondering, like, do you consider those people not useful because they're not transparent?
No, well, not the one friend that I'm thinking of specifically, right?
I think we think the same.
He's cool and things like that. But even then, we're not transparent. But I don't demand transparency from him, and things like that. But we still cool and things of that nature. And he's been inviting me out to hoop with him on the weekends, and I said, no.
Why?
Because I want to lose at least 20 more pounds
before you start playing.
I'm gonna pop my Achilles, bro. Like I'm already hip. You get what I'm saying?
Niggas try. Excuse my language, but people try to cheat.
Is it like and
you got a jumper?
It's full court, by the way. Like so we run it back and forth. So like I already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, he's trying to cheat. He know he can't beat you in your prime.
Like I'm way past my prime. I'm going to hurt myself running up and down.
That's fair.
When was the last time? And I'm probably asking you is the wrong person. But when was the last time you went on a full out sprint?
Maybe a year ago.
Count more than a year for me to where I'm running full speed.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? As if something's chasing me. So I'm like, I never ran at full speed at this weight.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it with basketball.
No, basketball is the worst sport.
Because you gotta jump, you gotta stop, it's just like
I know so many people that tore their Achilles.
So it's like, nah, I'm not gonna play with that. And Achilles is one of those things where you gotta get surgery for.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm not even gonna play with that.
Yeah, all that.
So I'm like, let me get back to where I played basketball at a weight.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm a lion. I probably won't do full court. I'll be like, hey, call me when y'all do half court. Like, what am I trying to prove? You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no girls out here. I'm married, but no, I think it's just. And this is sound crazy, especially it's coming crazy from me.
Yeah.
When you're so used to the norm, right? There is a part of you that be like, I want more than what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? Because when you really think about it, the only thing that's really different in my life is really my marriage. And even then, I've been with the same girl for 7+ years. You get what I'm saying? After a while, you be like, yo, doing the same thing, you go get the same results, right? You get a new environment, you will get something new. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you're just like, I just want to experience something new. I go to the same church I've been going to for over 20 years. You get what I'm saying? I've been around the same people I've been around for over 20 years. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not saying that I mastered this level, but I'm just like, I need a little bit more openness for anybody else that's going to enter into this ecosystem of mine. You get what I'm saying? And even then, the conversations that I have with the people that's already in it is different. I'm asking more questions that is more close to the vest. I'm not just asking questions of, did you have a good day? Things that is kind of independent of you. Things that's happening like, to you, but it have nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it will be strange to be around something or be around someone and like kind of like don't know what's going on. It's like you're just there. And I find myself like, oh, okay. I think I need a little bit more transparency from people that I'm gonna meet. And maybe it's just a simple thing getting older. I'm turning 33 this year. So it's like maybe it's just like I don't want to only talk about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like what matters to you? You know what I'm saying? Like those type of conversations. You know what I'm saying?
So going back to the sports relationship, that sports is what matters to both of you guys.
Yeah.
So
and even then, he still shares things about his lady and things like that with me too. So it's like I know a little bit about him, but in comparison to anybody else, like you know what I'm saying.
But the thing is like you guys are both talking about something that's important to you. Versus like there's relationships that we might have throughout our childhood not even friends, right? It could just be people that we know.
Yeah.
That's just a constant in our lives. But we don't know anything that's going on in their life. They don't really care to know anything that's going on in my life. And it's like, why are we still a thing? And it's like, you see enough of those relationships where you now saying, well, if I start adding more people to my life, I don't want that type of relationship. Like, it has to be some type of benefit. Maybe not even transparency, right? It could just be like, y'all the people that I play video games with. And this is the team. You know, or it could be like, hey, I got a podcast. You got a podcast. We sharing ideas. Like, how do you edit this? How do I edit this? We might not be like buddy, but it's like you guys have some type of interest that you guys have.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that. Whereas like me, I'm not really like, you're a different type of beast than I am. Like, I don't have the emotional capacity to take on too many people's
burdens.
So I don't really care for the transparency as much.
Yeah.
But even still, like, I think because I'm not a people's person, like you genuinely care about people.
Okay.
Whereas like,
I care about my people.
But that's the thing, right? Yeah. Even if those people are not added to your life. Whereas me, I'm like, well, I'm not calling you. You're not calling me. I'm not seeing you. You're not seeing me. I'm not about to stay here just because I think you're my people. Like, I have no ties to you.
Yeah.
Whereas you're like, even though I don't really know these people like that, and they don't really know me like that, because because we've been through this journey together, I'm gonna stick around just in case you guys need me.
Yeah.
And because you already have those people, I get the need for, like, I don't want those surface levels. I already got those people in my life.
Yeah.
I don't need no more of that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be at work. I'm emailing my boss talking about, I don't even know much about you besides you are my boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even then I kind of made him do this, but he's into movies. Yeah. So I ask him all the time, what movie? Because we have weekly meetings, so I always end the meeting with, what movie are you gonna see tonight? So we usually have our meetings on Thursday, right? Yeah. He moved my Thursday meeting to Wednesday, so I joked around with him. I said, "Oh, what movie are you gonna see?" That basically you moved the meeting. He was like, I'm seeing this because he goes see the screenings and stuff like that. He's like really into movies, so like that I can leave it like that. Yeah, like because I'm playing the game. You get what I'm saying? I'm playing the game.
Shout out to my man's boss.
Yeah, I'm playing the game. I sent an email. I said, "Nice newsletter. You really touch on some good points that can improve the department." You know what I mean? I'm playing the game here, but I do care, right? Yeah. When he hits on a movie that I know about, because he's a movie guy. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. But no, I think with me, I think it's also a thing of I never cut off a friend for no reason. Okay. And I think that's where I'm at in my life, to where it's like, you didn't do nothing wrong. I know I ain't do nothing wrong to you, but at this next point in my life, I'm leaving you where you are. I never did that before. Usually, anybody that I'm not friends with now, something happened, something that they think happened that didn't happen, and I just left it alone. You get what I'm saying? But I never had the conversation of, this sounds crazy, you can't go with me to the next level. Because for me, I think that's crazy to say to somebody.
Do you need that conversation?
I don't think so. But I think it's a crazy conversation to say, because I'm like, who am I to say to somebody, like, you can't help me at the next level? Like, like it comes off as a little self-righteous. But I think I'm at the point to where I'm looking at some people, and I'm just like, I don't think me and you go be, I think we go be of besides like, oh, we know each other. You get what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. I just think I'm new to it. New to it. So I'm latching on to, hey, just be open with me, which potentially it could have just ran its course for real. You know what I'm saying? Because now that I hate talking like this. Now that I'm married, if you not even like in a committed relationship, I can't really even like, and you're like moving in a way I can't even relate to you in some fashions. You know what I'm saying? Because your world is completely different. And so it's like, okay, I just need something that's going to help me cultivate the environment that I think will help me grow. And for me, I don't think it's something as simple as me just knowing of people, but not really knowing them and knowing what they're going through and things like that.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I think I guess for me, it's scary.
How so?
Well, one, I wanted to ask before I get down that path.
Okay.
Do you think there's anything on your end that could build the transparency between those relationships? Like, are you, I guess, have you done the work to be transparent on your end?
I would say yes. I'm open for criticism. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I see myself as a person. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you, like, I don't feel the need to
tell you.
No. I don't feel the need to hide anything.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not just going to openly volunteer information, but if you ask me something, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I don't have the answer, like, I just don't have the answer. But if I have the answer, I'll be like, yeah.
What if they feel the same way? And then now you guys are in this limbo.
Maybe.
Then I guess my fear, though, is that because of how society is moving and just how people are just so lonely. And this is something that I talked to my girl about, because she also was in a space where she was like, it was actually the opposite. Like, certain friendships are asking too much of her, and she was like, "This is too much." But I think for her, it was like, well, you got friends that actually care to the point where they are asking too much, but you just gotta let them know this is not something that you can do. But let's work together to figure out that middle spot.
Facts.
With friends being such in high demand, one, and two, people being more lonely than ever, how do you even replace those relationships with, well, one, do you replace those relationships that are surface level with deeper relationships? And then two, how do you go about doing that?
I don't know. In this day and age, I think I snuck in by being born in the 90s. You get what I'm saying? Because I actually question how deep is people connections when everything is moving more and more towards social media. Yeah. Think of even the pandemic stage where people had to basically do class and do things of that nature online and stuff. So I don't even understand. I made a joke, and it's a joke, but when I went house shopping with my in-laws and things of that nature, my father-in-law was like, I don't like this house because there's no yard outside for my grandchildren to play.
Yeah.
I said, kids don't play outside these days. I joked around, but I'm like, kids want to be streamers. Kids, you get what I'm saying? Like now kids got cell phones. They want to be TikTokers. So I question how real is the connections that they're making now, even though quantity-wise, it feel like they have more access to everything and everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't know how deep it is. I think because I come from a generation to where it's like, oh, the people that you live around, the people you go to school with, but also you've been embedded into the social media world. I feel like I know more people than I actually do know.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like if you go on my followers on Instagram, if you go on my followers on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube, it would tell you I know over 2,000 people.
Yeah.
I don't know over 2,000 people personally.
Yeah.
But it's the illusion that I'm following these people's lives. I'm seeing their life, but I'm not in their life. And it gives the illusion that, I'm seeing something personal, but we're not personal.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a mind freak to like I don't really know everybody. And the people that I am close with, they're not on social media. So it's like you're just like in this whirlwind of like, I don't really know if people are being transparent or I'm looking the wrong way or like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's weird that now that you bring that up. Sometimes you might even feel, not you, but just people in general. I might even feel, I'm not on social media, so that's why I didn't say I. But I might even feel that I might know people that I don't really know more than the people I do really know, especially if the people that I do really know are not on social media. Because, like, I remember being on IG at one point and seeing people have kids. And I'm like, oh, you got another child? Or like, oh, you got a new man?
Yeah.
You know, or like, oh, man, this person stayed traveling. Where are they going to go next? And just seeing all these things about their lives. And sometimes when you see them in person, you talk to them like they told you the information. And you're like, oh, wait. My bad.
Yeah.
I saw you on IG or I saw that, video, blah, blah, blah. And you had to catch yourself because it's like you do build some type of fake closeness with people.
With people's stories, with people posts and things. Yeah.
So I do wonder if that is feeding the need, and especially with us, maybe we are not getting fed enough, but that is feeding the need for a lot of people to not build these transparent relationships because they get that transparency from the virtual world. Whereas we are like, why are people being less transparent? One thing I would never forget is when this lady went on TikTok to discuss how her friend invited her to the not the ceremony, but what's the after thing in the wedding?
Oh, the reception. And she put on TikTok like, I think that was weird, blah blah blah. And you said the only reason she put that there is because she has no friends. Why would she not or use like, why would she talk to social media versus just calling her friend to be like, hey, I think that's weird. And so I think this and not to say social media is the boogeyman, right? But I do wonder what's going on where most relationships are surface level. But yeah, I don't have the answer to that. No, that's actually, it's like, well, they trying to ban TikTok, so
shout out to that.
You already know.
Shout out to that.
You already been on your ban TikTok years ago and things of that nature and things like that. Check out that episode. But I don't know which number it is. We have over 100 of them. But no, like I think that plays a part to where I think you have to really. This is gonna be weird. I think you have to make a choice
about
if you rather go be a social media person
or
are you gonna be not social media, because you can get fed that dopamine as if someone did share with you that they just went to a couple countries.
Yeah.
Then when you meet up with the person, like,
what y'all talk about?
What are you gonna ask? You get what I'm saying? Because usually you're not gonna ask what you already know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe you may ask in detail and some across the lines of, hey, how was that trip to China? That person had the right to say, I ain't tell you I went to China. Like, and then people gonna play you and be like,
and post it for the world to see.
And then that's people like, you like stalking my page? No, I'm not stalking your page. It came up on my story. We're friends on Instagram. It's just weird. So it's like,
you know what's funny? Because this is something that I am also contemplating, right?
Okay.
Like the fact that I'm lying. I lost my train of thought. I ain't gonna even lie. I thought it was gonna come back.
Well, hopefully it does. When it comes back, cut me off.
I need to start doing drugs again.
What?
You start doing Ritalin or something. So, or Adderall. But no, I think for me, and okay, this is what I was gonna say. But even the fact that you know so much about people's lives, you don't even feel the need to catch up with somebody. So like one thing I was asking my uncle, we probably do a full podcast episode about this, but I was asking my uncle, like, how does he have such a breadth or such a large network of friends? And one thing he said to me years back, he's like, I genuinely care about people. Like I like people. Like I might be an introvert, which is funny to say. Like he doesn't like being out and social and clubs and parties. Like that's not his thing. But he does like connecting with people. So he's like, the first thing is I genuinely like people. The second thing is I just check in with people. And if I can, try to do it in person. And so I think a lot of times, like, we get so wrapped up in the social media world or the convenience of finding out about people, which is like a phone call, which for me, it's not convenience. It's not even convenience. That's an inconvenience. So some of us don't even do that. We just go on social media, see what this person is doing in their life, and then go on.
Yeah.
And I think, being able to just do what people used to do back in the day. You had people be on the phone, but you couldn't be in the phone in your car. You couldn't be in the phone in the mall. The only time you could be on the phone is in your house. But if you want to be outside, you would have to say, "Hey, let's meet up. What are you doing?" And then go to a cafe or go to like some type of event and actually link up with people. I think that's something that I'm trying to implement more, even with the friendships that we have now.
Yeah,
because like it's one thing to see each other in passing. But it's another thing to actively and intentionally try to make things happen so we can see each other more. And then even with new friends, I think I'm going to try to start implementing that too. Because I don't really know how do you go from not knowing somebody to being transparent with somebody?
I don't know. I think transparent, even though like I feel like it is earned, right? But I think we talked in circles enough that we kind of figured out what it is. I think the human body or the human experience do value real transparency, real relationships, real emotion, real feelings. Yeah. And I think we know when it's not real. And when social media is giving us something and it's telling us this is real. Look into my life. Look into my reality TV. Look into you get what I'm saying? All these things that's supposed to be reality. You know what I'm saying? Look at, matter of fact, look how close we are. I'm going to include you on my close friends. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Mind you, you haven't seen this person in person probably all year. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It depends because some people, they make time. I'm going to give respect to people. Some people make time to meet up with people and have those close relationships and things like that. But there is an illusion if you look at some people's followers and you be like, I don't really know these much people. Yeah. Even people that I'm following back. It's one time I was going through my phone and I was like, I don't even call half the numbers in this. I did the same. I just started deleting numbers because I was like, I don't even use this number and things like that. So it's like my eyes is telling me that I know this much people. But my reality is saying I don't. You get what I'm saying? And when I and I know the right way to go about things, right? The right way to go about things is I'll wait for you to share it with me for me to ask more questions. I'm not going to look at an Instagram story of one of my followers and be like, so how was your daughter's recital? When you didn't even bring up to me, you get what I'm saying? I don't dude, you know what's crazy?
What's up?
I didn't even know this. This just lets you know, I'm really out the game. People are not even giving people phone numbers anymore.
Yeah, it's IGs.
I'm not hip.
Yeah, I got out of that game quick. Right when that started to happen, I was like, it's time to go.
It's a fake transparency. It's like here's the way that you can contact me, but you really don't have access to me. Yeah. And it's like it's a mind freak, I think, in some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, even it started out with dating, but even changing contact information is like, are you on IG? Let's follow each other as friends. Like just trying to get a male to male or woman to woman is like, what? Hey, you on IG? Okay, and that's how you start to build a relationship. But the weird thing is, how can you build a relationship when you got 2,000 other people that follow you, or some people 3,000, 4,000, 10,000?
And then it's always going to put the people you look at the most to the front. So you don't even get to see the other 2,000 that you got followed and things of that nature.
And then you look at somebody who you just follow, they probably got like 40, 50 followers, and it's like, oh, they're insignificant. Oh, I don't have to talk to this person. Versus you don't know what type of value this person can bring, or what type of realness this person can bring. So it's such an interesting time we live in. I think though, for me, one thing I do want to work on is my transparency. I think I don't know if I'm not somebody that feels shame.
Okay.
But I'm also somebody that is like, I don't have no need for it.
Oh, okay. I feel you.
Like it's like I don't feel like I have to vent to nobody. But I think what happens though is that when you do need time to vent to somebody,
you just go.
You haven't built that relationship up where it's like, oh, I could tell you stuff. And and versus like out of nowhere, now I'm telling you everything that's going wrong with me. You're like, wait, I didn't even know this was happening to you.
And now you're trauma dumping on me. You know what I'm saying?
Versus like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. And then it's like, oh, this just happened. Yeah, but like at least the person has a history as to like how you got to this space.
For sure.
So yeah,
I have a personal question, right? And we almost at the end. We almost at the end because I actually just found another way to talk about this. Right? Are you still a mentor?
No, man, ghosted me.
Okay. So you probably was a bad mentor. Who knows, right?
I'll be emailing him every once in a while, like, hey, how you doing?
Okay.
Yo, hit me up, man.
Okay. Are you a mentee to somebody?
Yeah, to two people.
Do you require transparency from leaders, from people who are guiding you, coaching you, that's supposed to be in a higher position than where you are currently?
No, I'll be honest.
How so?
I think most of my mentorship, so it depends. So most of my mentorship is work mentorship. So transparency in work, yes. So yes, depending on the topic or the scope of that mentorship. Mm-hmm. So like if it was like a married couple, like tell me that you're arguing with your wife. Tell me that you're cheating on your wife.
Don't tell me you're cheating.
No, tell me.
Okay.
So I could move on with my life. I'm thinking like you saying, yo, you have to do this, you have to do that. I'm like, these sound impossible. And I found out you're not even doing it.
I'm like, okay, we all feel it.
Yeah, it's like some Derrick Jackson nonsense. Like, but in all seriousness, like I think depending on the scope, I do require some type of transparency in that scope. So if you're mentoring me in marriage, I need transparency in your marriage. And you mentor me in business, I need transparency in your business. How could you teach me?
So not so much personally to the person, but
not to the person,
but to the subject that they are leading you in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think. So I take back what I said about my mentors are not transparent. I think they have been transparent. Like they would say, like I'm still trying to figure that out myself, or I need to start doing the work for that myself, or like this is a place where I failed, and this is why I failed in this space. And I think going forward, if I do have like a financial coach, or if I do have I don't know what other type of coach, even an athletic coach, like, yo, tell me how you feel and how this is hard for you and blah, blah, blah. So it can humanize the work that I'm doing. So
yeah, I feel like you can't lead me unless you're transparent.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. I'm not.
What type of transparency though? Like the person?
I feel like if you're a transparent person, it will lead to you talking about the failures you had to whatever subject we're talking about. I'm not saying that you transparent to where you just indulge in information just for the hell of it. I'm not saying that, right? But I find it very hard that if you are someone that shares, unless you're very good at it, that you just turn it off and turn it on and things like that. So to your point, if you're always talking to me in an authoritative way, and I don't mean like yelling or anything of that nature. I just mean like do this, do that, do this, do that. But you're not transparent in your failures and your success. Like you just making it seem like it's just black and white, then you can't lead me. I'm not even going to put myself under your leadership. I mean, I'm not even going to put myself under your type of I'm not going to do it, because I'm just going to be like, this is just going to be a simple do as I say, not as I do type of thing. And I'm like, I'm grown. I'm not doing that. And I think when it comes to leaders, the greatest trait they have is, or the greatest trait that they can learn is to learn to humanize themselves. Because when you're in a position of leadership, especially when you're dealing with business, especially when you're dealing with somebody financially, like let's say they are very successful with money, it can seem fake.
Yeah.
It can really feel like they woke up like this. But if you really take me step by step and make it seem like, you know, like this mistake is not the end of me, or this success is not the end of me, and things of that nature, and really humanize it, I think humans connect with humans. You get what I'm saying? So if you humanize yourself, I think you have a better chance of being a great leader and being transparent with whoever you're leading and taking leadership from.
Yeah, I think overall I agree with you. But I think that is hard to do. Because to be a great leader, you need to be a strong person.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people that are not strong people. And they still got to lead. So sometimes you're going to have to fake it.
I mean, yeah.
If you want to cry, I can't have you crying.
No, don't.
I can't have you crying. If we run a business and you about to lose all the money, hey man, I need you to be focused, man. like, you start crying and you the CEO,
I'm crying with you.
I'm gonna start looking for a new job. Like, I don't care if you make it. I'm like this. So I feel like, yeah, I agree with you. I think if you're gonna be any type of leader, you need to do the work so that when things happen, like, you know, like hardships, like you're not falling apart. But for you not to fall apart, you need to be a strong person overall. But yeah, and then, you know, you can always share your journey of how you got to that strong space. But don't tell me that, you know, you're scared. Like, if you're the president of the United States, I don't need you to tell me you're scared.
Okay.
Like, I need you not kill anybody,
but basically, you
let us know that we're safe.
We are America, right? And basically, whatever that means, that means
shake and keep that under the pole, like keep that under the stand. Don't be like, I don't know. No,
I'm like, I'm hearing the mic. He keep hitting the mic stand.
I'm gonna vote Republican next year.
Okay, relax.
You don't relax, my guy.
Relax. Just say. Is there anything else about transparency on this topic that you would like to share? Maybe we do a part 2 later on. But I wonder, what do you value more? Knowledge? You get to have somebody who knows everything about a subject, or transparency?
In what form? Like under me, or as a leader?
As a leader. As you are under them.
Transparency.
Transparency over knowledge? That means whatever you want to know, they know it.
Yeah, transparency.
Transparency?
Yeah, for me, yeah, transparency.
How so?
I think... And this might just go against everything I just said. It is going to go against everything I just said. I think for me to follow you wholeheartedly, I think I need to know that I could trust you. Like, I'd rather somebody say, I'm just thinking like war, right? I know this... most things are not war, but just thinking like war. I'd rather the person lead us into battle said that we're not going to survive. Like, all of us going to die. I'm going to be honest with you. All of us going to die. But, you know, this is what we called to do. So, hey, it is what it is. And I'd rather him say that than him be like, we're going to be okay. Because as soon as we start dying, I'm running. I'd rather you tell us we're going to die so I can face my death, then you say, oh, everything's going to be okay. Versus somebody that's like, oh, yeah, I know this, I know this, I know this.
Yeah.
Because the fact is, like, you're human. There's going to be a time you don't know something. And when we know you as a person that knows everything, your leadership falls when that one time you didn't know something. So I'd rather you be transparent and tell us, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We could then work on finding a solution.
I think I'm on your level a little bit, but I'm gonna take a curveball.
Yeah.
to where no matter what you know, you cannot escape the business of people. And I think when it comes to people, in order for you to be a leader, you need followers. And in order for people to follow you, they got to trust you.
Yeah.
To your point.
Yeah.
So you can actually like, hey, I know step 1 through 10, and you can actually know, but what good is that if no one trusts you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's where a lot of people fall short at, is that they know the knowledge, they know what to do, and things of that nature. I'm talking about people in leadership positions, because they probably been through it and things like that, but they're not willing to really open up and show their scars and show like their person. You know what I'm saying? Sit down and have a meeting. That's why my boss sit down. He have a meeting with our team every week, because he just want to make people feel like, hey, I am accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like if you need something, like you can. It's not hard to get in touch with me. That makes me, in a way, when I don't know something, I can call my boss or I can reach my boss, and I know that he will get back to me in a reasonable time. Besides, like, you know what I'm saying, somebody tell me figure it out.
Yeah.
So I think I value someone being transparent more than knowledge, because I'm like, what good is that knowledge if you ain't got nobody to use it on? You know. Yeah. But we gonna touch on that a little bit later. Anything else you would like to share on this topic?
Great topic, man.
Make sure y'all subscribe, man. We need subscribers, man. My wife's channel done passed us so like a long time.
And
you know,
don't forget to subscribe to the wife's channel.
We are
It takes two.
We had 150 subscribers here. My wife's channel is over there with 1,255 subscribers.
It takes two.
Okay.
It's a great. I don't.
It takes two show. And guess what? If y'all subscribe to this channel and that channel,
even better.
It could take 3. We could get Chin involved and watch reality TV.
Shout out to them. That's their thing. That's their thing.
But anything else, family?
Nah, man. A great topic, man.
Man, y'all be good. Blessings.